Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Birds 365, a Wednesday edition. Game week, everybody. Just 2 days away, Johnny Mac, till the Philadelphia Eagles kick off in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It's moving in quickly. How you doing on this Wednesday morning, Johnny Mac?
Yeah, I thought I'd be doing better. I'm not going to Brazil, obviously, so I thought maybe I'd have a little time to breathe before the game on Friday. But no such luck. I wake up to a cluster, you know what, of political activism in my inbox and tweets and things of that nature, and the fact that I think everyone saw those Kamala Harris ads go viral that declared her the official candidate to the Philadelphia Eagles. They are counterfeit, but it seems like an Eagles employee might have been involved with it. And yeah, so that's where we are. But the Eagles are standing by there as an organization from their standpoint. Um, the ads are counterfeit. There has been no organizational backing of those particular ads. And you have, boy, it's amazing. You know, I don't care what your politics are. Like I said when this first came up, I said, it's well known Jeffrey's politics slant very, very left, Jeffrey Lurie. So I get why people jump to the conclusions and things like that. But um, in this particular case, it's the director, the accusations are against the director of team relationships by the name of Christian Molnar, who was evidently on social media clapping back at some people stupidly, I would say.
Yeah,
And that's editorializing stupidly. And Laura Loomer, who is a right-leaning reporter, broke the news. And a lot of people don't like her because political people are insane. If you're not on their side, you're the devil.
Right.
So you got one side who thinks Jeffrey's trying to sway the election. You got another side that says, well, Laura Loomer's crazy. I mean, you want to deal with football, but here we are. And yeah, and I'm still working it, and I've got a lot of stuff, but yeah, not where you want it to be on the eve of the NFL season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I will say the one thing, because I do want to move off this. I don't want to spend too much time talking politics here at the beginning of the show. But the Eagles did get themselves involved in a little bit of a controversy here. And I find the word counterfeit, Johnny Mac, interesting because I don't know exactly what the dictionary definition of counterfeit is, but when you look at the ad, it does look like a graphic from the Philadelphia Eagles. And then you have the employee of the Eagles, going out on Twitter and stuff. Maybe he went rogue, but whatever he did, I don't know about counterfeit. Maybe it was not intentionally done by the team, but
well, and that's what the team is trying to say. There's no organization. I would not be surprised at all if this particular employee used Eagles equipment to make these ads, because you're right. And I got that from a guy who's very familiar with the organization, that the graphic looks extremely similar to some graphics created by the team, including font types in the past. Now, I imagine I'm not a graphic expert either. I imagine people who are can look at something the Eagles have created and do something similar. I'm not an expert. I can't talk about that kind of stuff. But look, I had never heard of this guy, Christian Molnar. And number one, I wanted to check if he actually worked for the team, because if you go to his LinkedIn page and his social media, he's got Eagles all over it. But there's a lot of people that work with the Eagles in a very ancillary manner, maybe on a program or a thing like that. They want to say I work for the Eagles, and they want to put it out there on social media and make it out to be a little bit bigger than they are. And I went to the staff directory and I started in the marketing department because on social media he claims he's part of the marketing program over there. And I said, well, there's no Christian Molnar, so this guy's probably full of you know what. And then I wanted to double check and I searched the entire team director, which is pretty lengthy. And there he is. Director of Team Relationship under administrative. Let me get it. I want to get it exactly right. I tweeted it out there for everybody to see. But so yeah, I mean he's an employee of the team.
Director of Team Relationships is what you tweeted out. Yeah.
Director of Team. I was just looking for the department. So he's under executive administration support, which supports directly Jeffrey Lurie. So you have all these conspiracy theories, and as I said, Jeffrey's political proclivities are well known. I mean, I knew that before any of this started.
Yeah.
But as the team's director of team relationships, that's his official title. So he does work for the team. I don't know how long that's going to continue.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't care what your guys' politics are in the chat, John. Like everybody can vote for whoever they want to vote for, but if you're telling me an employee used Eagles facilities to do this and then print it and put it all over the city and it wasn't,
and I don't know that to be the case, but
I don't either, but it seems like that's at least how it sounds from here. That guy should definitely be fired. That's like going completely rogue inside your own organization, using their equipment, using their resources to do something that you want to do without approval from the team. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and you got a great job, and I'm just saying, look, I mean, to do it, number one, if he did it, but then he's on social media. There was an Eagles fan from South Philly from the other side who didn't like the fact that the city wasn't taking these things down, and he went out to wherever he went out to make copies of the Eagles statement, calling it a counterfeit political ad, and tape those on top of the political ad. And then so Steve Keeley from Fox 29 evidently posted this on social media, and Christian Molnar tweets back, "Isn't that a crime? Is Joe from South Philly going to clean or remove those papers? Are you justifying vandalism? So if you disagree with an ad, can you vandalize?" I mean, at that point, you're too dumb to exist, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, number one, get the hell off social media.
I know
all these morons. I mean, or use some sense. But anyway, that's where we are with this particular story.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm with you. I don't want to talk about Laura Loomer. I don't want to talk about Jeffrey Lurie's political beliefs. I don't want to talk about all this stuff. All I can tell you is the organization stands by their statement that it's a counterfeit political ad, but it's looking an awful lot like one of their employees made the counterfeit political ad.
Yeah, look, I mean, everybody's like, hey, talk about football. I get it. But look, John's a reporter of this team. When stuff happens involving the team, guys, we are going to talk about it. So this is now, dominating the social media feed for many with the political ads.
Dominating mine.
Yeah, and John's phone is blowing up and all sorts of stuff. So look, I get it. You want us to talk about football. Believe me, I want to talk about football too. But definitely an interesting thing going on. Not something I think the Eagles wanted to be involved in 2 days before they kick off the 2024 season. But at the end of the day, we'll move on. We got Mike Gill coming up, John, in 5 minutes. We got Brandon Lee Goutwin in hour number 2. So we do have a great football show planned for everybody. We're 2 days out. I think we're 2 days and it's 8:15 a.m. So another 12 hours would be game time. We're like, I don't know what we are, 50, 60 hours away from this game.
You're doing too much. I can't. I've gone through too much this morning to do math. Come
60 hours
Don't
away
throw
from the
math
game, baby.
at me.
Let me just get one super. I just want to hit the super chat before we move on. Prince, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the $5 super chat. One of our best supporters here on JAKIB. Both sides neglect people's needs. Keep politics out of sports. SMH Birds 365. Best show on JAKIB Sports. Eagles do better. Prince, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for dropping that comment in and for sharing your thoughts. We welcome everybody's thoughts, regardless of what they are. In the chat. Johnny Mac, just 4 minutes till Mike Gill, so we'll keep it quick here. But game related, what's going on with the Eagles today? I know they're set to take off to fly to Sao Paulo today. What's the update on what they have planned for the day?
They have nothing planned for the day.
But
they're
what?
Flying. I mean, this
10 a.m. Is it 10 a.m.
This is I don't know what time the flight is. I
thought they tried to do it like a certain time to try and
I mean, it's a 9-10 hour flight depending on the day. So I mean, it's interesting. I was listening to Matt LaFleur's press conference yesterday, and he saying the same thing. Somebody asked him, "What's your schedule? What are you doing today?" He was like, "Flying." That's it, man. I mean, it's a whole day. So, and then things regulate from there. Nick described it as having, if you think about a typical Sunday week, they have 2 Saturdays, is how he described it, to get ready for the game as they set up the schedule. Because, if you go way back to Sunday was their Wednesday practice, Monday was their Thursday practice, Tuesday was their Friday practice. So, and then they're flying today. And they'll have, sort of almost 2. He said 2, more like 1.5, but you get the point. And, it's interesting from the standpoint of it's not normal. It's not, and Nick played up the Friday night lights aspect of it to try to pump up the players.
It's like a little high school football throwback, Johnny Mac. Reminding these guys of their high school days.
I'm not sure that everybody values their high school football roots the same as Nick Sirianni, but it's worthy to try to get it up. But Nick's been pretty consistent in the fact that whoever handles it better, like if you go in and say, "Woe is me, I don't want to travel, I don't want to play in Brazil, I don't want to do this, I don't want," it's probably going to manifest itself. Whereas if you just say, "All right, we got to do it, they got to do it, let's do it better," you're probably going to win the game. So that's the way he's taking it.
Yep, no doubt. I want to get to a super chat here for everybody that's looking to watch the game on Friday night, which I would imagine every single one of you are. If you're local in the Philadelphia area, Rich Nutt, thank you for the super chat, man. We appreciate that. And it is good. I do want to update everybody on this. If you're local in the area, you will be able to watch the game on NBC 10 locally. But for everybody who's not in the area, you're going to have to get Peacock, which I think is another paid subscription. Add it to the list of paid subscriptions that we are now subscriptioned to death. All of us, I'm sure everybody is just as annoyed with all their subscriptions as I am. But so that's how you're going to have to watch it, I believe, right, John? That's the only way to watch it if you're outside
if you're outside locally, as you said, NBC 10, you still have to have. That's the one thing the NFL has kept for regular season games. We learned they don't keep that for preseason games. What was the goofy, the really goofy app?
What was it? Cozy TV?
Cozy TV. Yeah. I mean, you should already have Peacock. I'm sorry, people. You should already have Peacock.
I think that's actually one that comes with my TV.
Yeah, it did come with Comcast for Comcast.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
for a while. I think they're starting. You have to pay for it, but
great.
Now,
so let me I got to double check that. But I am local, so I'll be able to watch it.
Yeah, but you can watch it anyway. But if you're not local, Peacock. But keep Peacock's one of the better ones. So not only because I'm a wrestling fan, but
I was going to say people are going to accuse you of your wrestling fan.
Well, they should. And I'm going to accuse, like I say, with politics. I don't care. Accuse me of being a wrestling fan because it's true. But if you're a wingnut, I'm going to accuse you of being a wingnut, and I don't give a crap. So, I mean, already I got people, you're quote tweeting Laura Loomer because they're liberals and vice versa. Oh, the Eagles are trying to sway the election. You're all morons. Get a life. focus on the team. Do what you want. But when something's true, and this looks like it's true, you don't just close your eyes because it's not your favorite political candidate. Morons. I can't stand people at times, Zander. Sorry.
No, you're right. I mean, look, you're a reporter of the team. You're going to cover it. I see BLG in the green room, Johnny Mac. Did we have a mix-up on scheduling? Is BLG 8:20 or 9:20 today?
I thought he was 9:20. Did I say 8:20 BLG?
BLG. Did we mess
All
you
right,
up?
let's bring BLG. I'll try to text Mike. Let's bring BLG. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, no.
We got a double whammy of green room guests that are waiting to be on the show. Who wants to take 9:20? It's up to BLG or Mike Gill. I don't know who's available.
Hopefully one of them can. Let me see if I can get Mike real quick.
All right, I'm going to get to a commercial break. We'll figure out. Okay, BLG just left, so maybe BLG will be in for 9:20. I know Mike Gill's our 8:20 guy. You normally so.
That's got to be my fault. I got to double check, man. Yeah, I got a lot.
I just checked the email. I did put 9:20 in there, but that's all right. Anyway, let's get to our commercial break. Appreciate everybody being here this morning. Already a good crowd. Prince checks in, says Mr. PFF wing nuts. Put it on a t-shirt, Zander.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, good. I don't mind the Mr. PFF, but if you're a wing nut, I'm going to call you a wing nut. Sorry.
Look, John, you're a great reporter, and I would, continue to report on this team. Forget what the people are saying, as you always do. So we'll move on past the politics, but it is worth noting as it's something surrounding this football team. So we're going to touch on it, as I mentioned. Let's get to our commercial break. I see our man Mike Gill in the green room, so we'll bring up Mike Gill coming up next on Birds 365.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.